Hello everyone, so today I'm going to be reading an Avatar The Last Airbender fanfiction titled Brother and Sister, written by myself. So yeah, I know, this is very shocking. But anyway, quick trigger warning though, there is somewhat of a major character death. It's not really outright said, but it's definitely implied kind of, so yeah. If you don't like that, just click off. But anyway, let's get into it. "Zuko, let's go," Arrow shouted as he took another soldier down. Zuko looked back at Azula, who was standing tall, chin up and everything. It made Zuko burn with anger. She had promised him that he could go home after so many years of anguish. Zuko wanted to hear that his father missed him so bad that he forgot one major thing. Azula always lies. He ran up the ramp towards her, fire shooting from his fist. She dodged, using her bare hands to push him towards the edge of the boat. "You know, Father blames Uncle for the loss of the North Pole, and he considers you a miserable failure for not fighting the Avatar." Azula sneers while Zuko caught his breath. "Why would he want you back home, except to lock you up where you can no longer embarrass him?" Zuko took a deep breath, feeling his inner fire rage. Zuko sprouted flames from his fists once more, jumping at Azula. She backed gracefully and continued to block each attack Zuko threw at her. Zuko felt all the anguish and anger rise up again, turning into adrenaline. He ruthlessly attacked her with that, so frustrated, angry, and sad that no one wanted him home. He wanted it all to stop. He wanted to wipe that shit-eating grin off of Azula's face. He wanted her to fear him. Azula twisted his arm, looking him directly in his eyes before blasting her own blue fire at him. Zuko jumped out of the way, landing on his side with a crack. He winced before looking up to see Azula creating lightning from her own hands and shooting it at him. Zuko barely dodged by rolling over to his other side. He let out a breath he didn't know he was holding when he saw that was the only strike she would make. For now. Azula came closer and closer, a grin on her face as she took in sight of her big brother. "It's a shame, really, that it's come to this, dear brother. But you know I can't refuse an opportunity to make Father pleased. If he wants you permanently gone, then so be it," she practically smirked. Zuko swallowed hard before he spoke. "Azula always lies. You're lying," he said shakily, not trying to convince Azula, but himself. Azula tissed before bending down even closer to Zuko. "Aw, Zuzu. It's somehow sad and funny that you still think that Father would want you. He sent you on an impossible mission. You weren't meant to come home." Azula spat as she created a flame in her hand. "Azula always lies." "No, he wouldn't." "Yes, he would, because he already has." Zuko had no more words to convince himself that she was wrong, because she wasn't. Father sent him to find the Avatar when he was considered a myth. He really wasn't meant to come home. Azula saw the sadness in Zuko's eyes and smirked. "But I suppose none of that will matter. No one will really know your name. No more Prince Zuko, loyal son to the Fire Lord. Only a traitor who was banished, never to be spoken of again," she spoke as her blue crackling flames grew in size. Zuko looked at her warily, taking in her devilish smirk to her roaring flames that reminded him of Father. Zuko tried to create a flame of his own, but he couldn't. His chest hurt with every breath that he took, making it impossible for him to firebend. Zuko was left defenseless. "Stay away from me," he said it out as he stood up into a sloppy fighting stance, hoping to intimidate her. But who was he kidding? Azula isn't afraid of him. Never was, never will be. "Goodbye, Prince Zuko." The flames rushed to his body like a bullet. He screamed in agony at the pain. He could smell his burning flesh making his stomach flip. He backed closer to the ship's railing, trying to escape the pain he was all too familiar with, only to fall backwards into the ocean water. Zuko looked up towards the surface through his slitted eyes to see his withered clothing, burnt flesh, and a shit-eating grin from above.